Okay. We are live. Okay. We are live. Audio is coming through, so we're good to go. For Hogwarts Legacy, episode 86 of Ravenclaw House. Today we're hoping to go and show Professor Fig the map chamber, and I want to get these assignments done. Okay, so let's show Professor Fig the map chamber.
I was hoping to see you.
You're back.
Finally. Minister Spavin talks more than he listens. Ranted on and on about rogue dragons. Wouldn't listen to a word about goblins. Speaking of which...
Listen, Professor. So much happened while you were away. Your friend, Mr. Ollivander, sent me an owl asking for help finding an heirloom wand that was stolen from him.
He did he?
And so I went to the owlery, like he said, and there were all these statues.
What do you mean, statues? In the owlery?
Yes, which led me to a secret hideout where I found Richard Jackdaw's ghost.
Who on earth is Richard Jackdaw?
He was a student here long ago. Anyway, he told me about a secret cavern. I went there, and right next to Jackdaw's skeleton, I found the missing pages.
You found the pages?
I did. And because Jackdaw had followed the map they contained, when I found the pages, I found the location on the map. Believe it or not, it's a room below Hogwarts.
Why am I not surprised? Shall we?
I was hoping you'd say that. Oh, and we'll need to bring the book. The room is called the Map Chamber, by the way, and a portrait of Percival Rackham awaits us there.
Professor Rackham. I look forward to meeting him. How did this Jackdaw get the pages from the book?
Evidently, Peeves stole them, and Jackdaw stole them from him.
Oh, Peeves.
Travel is always much more enjoyable with a friend.
beneath us all this time? This looks promising. A map. There's Hogsmeade. And over here, the Forbidden Forest. And, of course, Hogwarts. It's magnificent. If only you were here to see this.
Hello, Professor Rackham. We've placed the book on the pedestal as you asked. And this is my mentor, Professor Fig.
How do you do, Professor Fig? And you, my young friend, see now why you needed to return with the book?
I do. I also see why you refer to this room as the map chamber.
That you have come this far tells me that you possess extraordinary magical ability, the potential and power of which will unlock should you prove yourself worthy. The location of each of 4 trials will, in time, appear on the map. Trials that will test you and give you access to invaluable knowledge. Trials that you must complete on your own. Do you recall the pensive memory you viewed in my vault in Gringotts?
You and your friend Charles spoke of the portkey, and of trials you'd created for one who sees traces of ancient magic.
Precisely. Charles is another of the Keepers, a designation we gave ourselves centuries ago, in light of the knowledge that we have been bound to keep hidden. Until, perhaps, now.
So, the passage from your ruins to Gringotts, everything in the vault, the restricted section, finding this room, none of these was a trial.
They were an important part of the journey, but they were not trials themselves. The fact that you have come this far, however, bodes well. The trials were designed to ensure that the power and knowledge we have kept secret for so long does not fall into the wrong hands. They will test your abilities, both innate and learned. But of equal importance, everything you witness as you complete the trials will inform what you choose to do with all that we share. You will need patience. The trials have much to teach you. It will take time.
I'm afraid we don't have the luxury of time.
We have waited this long, Professor Fig. Surely a few more.
Respectfully, sir, while I do not know the secret you keep, I do know that our young friend here has seen traces of a powerful dark magic being wielded by goblin kind. And we encountered an uncommonly powerful goblin wielding such magic as we prepared to leave your vault at Gringotts. We may already be too late.
This is grave news, indeed. Young friend, do you trust Professor Fig?
I do.
Then, in the light of your considerable skill and all you have already accomplished, we shall begin. You will find the location of the first trial marked on the map below you. Whilst Professor Fig may assist you in locating the trials, they may be completed only by one with our ability.
Shall we have a look? I know that tower. It's not far. You may have seen it yourself.
Don't think I have. Perhaps your young friend is not as well-traveled as you think.
As your mentor, the least I can do is go ahead to make sure it is safe. Join me as soon as you can.
You said that you know that tower. What can you tell me about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. I've passed it dozens of times. It's north of Hogsmeade. My recollection is that it seems abandoned. Clearly, however, the tower conceals more than meets the eye.
I'll find you at the tower as soon as I can.
Until then, be careful, and do not tell anyone where you're going.
Okay, time to get ready for us going to the tower.
It's time you learned, Glacius, the freezing spell. It is an efficient way to cool down a heated situation. But first, I will need you to complete a few tasks. Once you've done that, come and see me.
The world needs talented aurors now more than ever.
My father always taught me to keep my wand at the rim. He was never the same after he was attacked by a bird. I overheard some students talking about Professor Roman's teaching games. Sounded very like everyone. Charming man, wasn't he?
My mother's family comes from just outside Quid.
Historically speaking, there's never been a team like this year's Cannons.
Before you ask, I'm all out of the new socks, so if your feet are smelly, you'll have to work it out for yourself. I suspect you have a sharp eye for fashion. Be sure to stop by whenever you're about.
I'm simply saying I thought the owl looked a bit unwell.
Seemed perfectly fine to me. I'm not sure I'd know what an unwell owl would look like, come to think of it.
I'm sure it doesn't stretch the mind much to imagine. Dishevelled wings, eyes lacking sparkle, unwell.
I highly doubt Lottie Featherbottom would be putting unwell owls to work at the post office.
I might have known you'd take her side.
Oh, I'm not taking her side. I'm merely stating what is most likely fact.
Okay, what do we need for the assignments? Pop balloons, venomous tentacular, and mandrake. Invisibility potion, thunder brew. Okay.
Being an officer of the law in a quiet village.
Okay, laptop, cooperate with me here.
Thank you again for delivering those potions to Madame Lawing. Saved me a lot of time and trouble.
Thunder
wise decision. Thank you.
And invisibility.
I hope to see you again. Farewell for now.
That worked.
I told you not to go down that path.
Thinking in terms of good and evil merely indicates a limited imagination. And betting on the dragon fight is the best.
Revelio.
Ooh, Upper Hogsfield.
Bard of Beaumont should have returned by now. Had by dark wizards he was.
I should investigate. Revelio.
Yeah, that one's got a lock on it. Guess I'll have to come back later.
Over here.
We're not alone.
We are not. Ranrock's loyalists. Around a dozen I can see, but could be more.
Can't we apparate past them into the tower?
We could, but we've no idea what's in the tower. More importantly, however, I'd like to know why they're here. They've set up camp just ahead. I suggest we investigate a little before doing anything else. Let's go.
Well, this isn't ideal.
No, it isn't. This way. And I'd suggest we use the disillusionment charm here. No sense in announcing our arrival.
I could fall dead asleep on my feet, I could.
Quickly now. Stay hidden and cast Petrificus Totalis. Well done.
Couldn't pay me enough to sit behind a desk all day. There must be something here. Ramrock said so. Hello?
Orders. Directly from Ranrock.
These orders... Ramrock said so. I will draw blood. Deadly mistake. I'm a goblin, not a toy! You are but bone in me and no! I will make you pay. Why don't you come on here and... Let's rather unwise coming back this way. I just quite as scared this. Is that the best part? Cool little magic trick. No! I will make you pay. Who do you think you are? How childish.
Revelio. Can't imagine the goblins know about the trials. They know that something is significant about this place, though. Revelio.
Looks like we found the entrance.
It's locked. An unlocking charm.
Very handy. No time now, but if you don't learn it soon enough, we can work on it back at the castle.
Lumos.
Lumos!
Someone was an avid reader. Can't say I'm familiar with many of these titles. I wonder who this is.
With robes like that, it could be anyone.
Revelio. Revelio.
I imagine these brooms have been enchanted for centuries. Never seen an enchantment last this long.
Welcome to San Bakar's Tower.
Hello, Professor. Did you say San Bakar's Tower?
I did. Professor Bakar is a keeper you have yet to encounter. I'm glad to see that I was correct in presuming that we would meet again soon after our last encounter. Though I surmise, based on the commotion I heard, that you did not have an easy time getting to me.
We did not, Professor. We encountered goblins outside the tower.
That goblins were aware of my vault is disquieting enough. But if they have also made a connection to this tower, then the threat may be greater than I thought. All the more reason for us to move forward. Downstairs, near the entry, a reservoir of ancient magic, like those you've seen before, has been unlocked. Command it to access a doorway. I'm afraid I cannot say more. As Professor Fig cannot join you, he and I will, in time, see you back at the map chamber. Remember what you see.
We're going to need to understand how Ranrock's loyalists knew about a tower that once belonged to a keeper. For the moment, however, you've more important things to set your mind to. A reservoir of ancient magic, I believe?
Yes, sir.
Then I shall leave matters in your increasingly capable hands. That said, be careful.
I will, sir. I'll see you back in the map chamber. A reservoir of ancient magic. Downstairs, near the entry.
Okay, we're free of cutscenes for a while. Hopefully I quit sneezing, because I was having quite the sneezing fit. And hello, I was wondering when someone would pop in. Maybe they should just take all these books and hand them to the librarian at Hogwarts. I bet she'd love them. Like, hi, I was exploring a ruin and I found all this. Think it could be useful to the library? And hand the copies to the Ravenclaw common room? Okay. I don't like how we get sealed in, though. Like, seriously?
Lumos.
More books! Okay, I like reading. But, I also like my books on shelves.
seen this before. In Gringotts and the restricted section. Lumos.
You gotta admit, this is unique architecture, but I think I prefer the final two trials because they're definitely more unique and definitely test us more. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's because I've already completed the other 3 houses.
I presume I'm looking for traces of ancient magic. Where? Impressive.
That's one way to hide a
Must have done
bridge.
something. Best have a look around.
That's one way to hide a bridge.
Lumos.
What was wrong with stairs?
More traces of ancient magic. Something must be different.
Revelio.
Revelio.
Statues. They're never fun.
These are never a welcome sight. At least I know what to expect this time.
That worked.
These look familiar. Burst of magic do? Perhaps I should examine things from both sides of the archway.
Not needed.
More statues. Making this easy on me.
It's a trial. It's not meant to be easy.
I presume I'm looking for traces of ancient magic. But where? Revelio.
Well, for one, the room of requirement we don't have a training dummy to practice magic on? That would be helpful. Second, more color variations for clothes and a bigger emphasis on actually going to class.
Seems I ought to explore this archway from both sides.
Because here it's more about stopping Ranrock and not so much going to class.
On both sides of the archway. Something must be.
Okay, there's a chest there that I want. So I'm gonna figure this out. You're forgetting that it's a couple centuries away.
When I move in and out of the archway. I need to use both sides of the archway to get the platform to the other side of the bridge.
Yeah, I would like more spells and whatnot, but like I said, I want a bigger emphasis of going to class. I mean, that's what the first 3 Harry Potter games did. It was plot towards the end. This is plot throughout.
So that's it. I need to use both sides of the archway to get the platform to the other side of the bridge. So that's it.
Shut up!
I need to use both sides of the archway to get the platform to the other side of the bridge.
I think if they do the game well, cost of production won't matter because they'll be able to make up for it with the profit from selling the game.
I'll never get used to these floors.
What is wrong with stairs? Do you know how many Harry Potter fans there are out there in the world? A lot. And not to mention, there'll be future generations of fans born. I'd also like to see like a larger map, not just of the Scottish Highlands, but like maybe go London, Diagon Alley. Sorry, I'm kind of in the middle of a fight here. Yeah, but think, if they can recycle models from this game, that will cut down the production cost, which means they could do more expansion on actually going to class and stuff like that. So it's definitely possible, but because they can recycle the assets from this one and use that as a foundation to build off of. So it's definitely possible. I mean, they could use the same castle layout or Hogsmeade layout and recycle them. But I definitely think that there should be changes like bigger emphasis on going to class. A map that includes like Diagon Alley. Even if it is like hop on the train to go for a loading screen and you hop on the Hogsmeade Express and it takes you to Diagon Alley or something, or board a carriage and you go to Diagon Alley. I mean, that's how it works in some of the Assassin's Creed games. And yes, I do play them as well. Yes, but the fact they've got a game they can build a foundation off of means that they can focus on the new stuff and less on the old stuff. Which will cut down the cost. I mean, think. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and Revelations were built on the back of Assassin's Creed 2. Using the same foundation and models. With only some slight differences. Okay, Spider-Man Miles Morales uses the same map as Spider-Man 1. Although it's set in a different season, it's the same map, which cut them costs and they could focus on the stuff they wanted for the story. And the same goes for Spider-Man 2, but I hear the map's expanded, but I haven't played it yet. So there's definitely a lot they can do with the assets they've already got. Like I said, Diagon Alley, maybe Ministry of Magic? I mean, they can use the basis of what they saw in the films for that. Okay, and there would be smaller areas, so they wouldn't need quite so big. I'd also like to see a bigger introduction of the curfew, because there is a mod that the PC players can use for Legacy that pretty much means that after 10 o'clock everyone's meant to be in the common rooms besides the prefects, and makes it a lot harder to traverse the castle at night, which I would love, but unfortunately I'm on console. Pretty much. Okay, so I'm on console, I can't use that mod. If I could, believe me, I would. Okay? It would, one, put the whole what about curfew in the Caretaker's Lunar Lament quest a bit more seriously. Yeah, well, I would like to, but I don't have a computer that's capable of running any game right now. It's barely coping with using internet and Word. So, I'm struggling with that. Okay, but I would love to have that mod, or like have that in the actual game. Because then it's like, oh, you're in school, you're meant to be either in your common room studying or in bed by that time. Okay, I'd also like to see us like actually having to work on homework, not just assignments. Okay, writing hours in maybe a little cutscene or something and sending it. Yeah, I don't really do multiplayer. I'm okay with chatting with friends while I play, but I've never been that good at multiplayer games, and, well, it's just not my style, I guess. Okay, I mean, they've got the assets for care of magical creatures already. Okay, yeah, they've got brooms, but Quidditch isn't really a necessity. It would be nice, but I don't see it as a necessity. Or just several regular computers. And NASA's computer is designed for certain things, and I'm pretty sure they're okay with letting some people use it. Yes, but you can design the assets and then load it into a system. They did that when they showed how Assassin's Creed Odyssey was made. So like how they'd focus on an area and then load that into the like database or something. So I definitely think there is more they can do with the game. I am loving the transmog system though. Though I do wish, because you've got to click it once to pick like which one you're wearing, and then you've got to go back and then press a different button to choose its appearance. That could use some work. Like, can I have it all in one menu? Like, this one side is like what it is, and then over here is like the appearance you're taking on. That could help. I'd also like to see more of the potions come into effect, but this is me who's read all the books and watched all the main Harry Potter films. I haven't watched Fantastic Beasts. I tried to get into watch them, and like 20 minutes into the movie, it's like, yeah, I'm bored. So I just stopped watching. But it's like, I could definitely see more from the books being taken. Okay? I don't like the grand staircase for this model of Hogwarts. I prefer the one that you see in the Order of the Phoenix and the Half-Blood Prince PlayStation games. Okay, I'd also like to see like us being able to actually call our friend to like, hey, do you want to go for a butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks or something? That'd be nice. But I'm gonna stop rambling and I'm gonna continue on with the game. Yes. But most people would like a staircase in the grand staircase to match what the films show as well. Did I just get 5 Wiccan World potions from that? It is lore friendly? Yes. Dumbledore would be about 10 or 11 right about now. Albus Dumbledore, so we don't even get to see him. In this game. Okay, would I like to see the Hogwarts castle resemble more about what it did in the films and the Harry Potter PlayStation 2 games? Yes, especially the later ones. Never did get the hang of Deathly Hallows though. Okay, but I understand it's a work in progress, they need to slowly build that up. Now I've got a boss to fight, so I'm going to concentrate.
Don't like the look of this.
as for the second game, yes, they have a lot of time, but like I said, they could build upon it with each game. Kind of like how Assassin's Creed did. Each game, they were able to add something new and expand upon what they had previously done. So I think that would be a good way for this to slowly build up to what players expect from like the movies or the books, to make it 100% lore friendly. Now we've got cutscenes coming up, so we better pay attention.
Revelio. Another pensive.
Your ability to transfigure the world around you is remarkable. What is it?
My father isn't getting better. I don't think he'll ever recover from the death of my brother.
It is agonizing to see those we love suffer.
The drought was years ago, but the pain of losing him is as deep for him now as if it had happened only yesterday. He doesn't need pretty pillars, he needs peace. What if I could help him, Professor?
You do so much for your father already.
It's not enough. I want to take away his pain.
It is tempting, I know, to use this magic that you're mastering to transfigure more than the physical world. But human emotion is a potent force unto itself. Even the most well-meaning and competent witch cannot possibly know the consequences of irrevocably manipulating it.
So I'm to watch as my father's pain destroys him.
It is not your pain to take. Every year, a student sees something sillier than I could ever imagine in their tea leaves. Oh, Miss Morganach, welcome back to Hogwarts, Professor.
That's going to take some getting used to. Professor Rickwood?
I was so pleased to hear that you'd accepted the position of Defense Against the Dark Arts, Professor.
Sit, Isadora. Tell us about your travels.
I was actually hoping that you and the others might join me at my home this evening. There's much I'd like to share with you.
That would be delightful. We shall let the others know.
Very well. I shall see you then.
Another memory. Now to find a way out of here.
Okay, Gojo, in terms of Ollivander, he They've always been in Diagon Alley. If you listened carefully at the time just before we went to Hogsmeade when we spoke with Professor Weasley, she says that most people are familiar with the shop in Diagon Alley. Okay, but there is still one in Hogsmeade. So it's more like something happened to cause them to close the one in Hogsmeade and focus just on the one in Diagon Alley. Not that they shifted to Diagon Alley from Hogsmeade. Bless me. Diagon Alley is where you go at the start of the year to get your supplies and your first wand. Hogsmeade shop was, if you broke your wand mid-term, you could go to the village for a replacement. That's all. Yep. I'm guessing they were cousins or something. So there was one in Diagon Alley and one in Hogsmeade. Whether there was others spread about the country, I cannot say. But to be fair, one's in London, the other's in Scotland. So there was enough business. And if you break your wand mid-term, then it's like, hey, I need to nip to the village to get a replacement wand. And maybe some more parchment. But, yeah. That's what Professor Weasley said. She said most people are familiar with the one in Diagon Alley, but we're fortunate that there's one nearby. So, there was at least 2 shops running at one point. Maybe more. Maybe they had one in Wales as well, and maybe one in Ireland. Because Hogwarts does the entire British Isles, which includes Ireland, Wales, Scotland, England, and the Channel Islands. So, I'm guessing they had about 3 or 4, one for each country. Okay, one in Diagon Alley, one in Wales, one in Scotland, one in Ireland. In their Witch or Wizard Central for that particular country. Okay, but we only hear about 2, so I'm guessing they're either brothers, cousins, dad and son. But apparently the one in Diagon Alley is their biggest shop. The others are probably going to be smaller. Now, back to the map chamber.
More crystallized stone. That must be the way back to the map chamber.
Okay, why doesn't it go first trial, second trial, third trial, fourth trial? Why doesn't it go left to right? Or right to left like most books? It's right to left if you're Arabic and left to right if you're English and a good chunk of the world. I know Arabics go right to left, but I know that most people read left to right, so I don't know which countries are which, but I know that most of the world goes left to right, so why doesn't this follow that same pattern? Rather than higgledy-piggledy all over the place.
What have we here?
I'm a student at Hogwarts, sir, and this is Professor Fig.
Professor Charles Rookwood at your service. Has someone completed the first trial?
I have, Professor Rookwood. We saw you in the Pensive in Gringotts with Professor Rackham.
Indeed. So, you found the portkey to access Professor Rackham's vault, and you deciphered the map within the locket you found floating above that Pensive.
I did. I found something that I can't identify floating above the last Pensive.
Ah, yes. You will find a similar artifact in each trial. You must take care to keep them safe. You will need them to complete the journey we have set forth for you. Once you have them all, We will tell you what to do with them.
Very well. Are you able to tell me anything about the next trial?
Before you proceed, I would like to speak with Charles regarding the urgent situation involving the goblins.
The goblins?
The student has seen traces of a powerful dark magic being wielded by goblin kind. They and their mentor, Professor Fig, not only encountered goblins lurking outside of San Bakar's tower, they also encountered a powerful goblin in my vault at Gringotts.
I'm afraid it would be wise to halt the trials until we know more.
We shall defer to you in this matter, of course. Now then...
Wait, Professor. The name Rookwood. Do you think...
that there's a connection to Victor? Perhaps, but we can't be sure of its significance. For now, tell me what you saw in the Pensive.
Before the witch from the last Pensive, Isadora, became a Hogwarts professor, she argued with Professor Rackham about using magic to remove pain.
Hopefully the next Pensive provides more context. For now, we should learn what Ranrock knows. I will be honest, I've no idea where to start.
Actually, I might know of someone. I saw Sirona at the Three Broomsticks speaking to a goblin once. They seemed friendly.
Well, it's worth a try. See what you can find out. Of course, don't forget...
My studies. Yes, sir.
Before you go...
Professor?
Have you encountered swirling traces of magic in the world? Aside from those along our path?
Not that I recall. What are they?
Evidence of the Keeper's efforts to manipulate the power of ancient magic during our time. If I am correct, and I usually am, you should be able to use them to inform and enhance your own magic.
Thank you, sir. I will look out for them. Yes. I should ask Sirona of the Three Broom.
Spectacular news! The broom upgrade's ready. Stop by the shop when you can. I hope you will come and see me about a pressing and highly confidential matter at your earliest convenience. I believe that we may be able to help each other.
I enjoy divination, but when is Professor Anai going to tell us more about Africa? I've learned enough about ornithomancy to last me a lifetime.
Okay.
Please see me after class once you have completed the tasks I've set for you. I would like to teach you Descendo, useful for pulling objects to the ground.
We done receiving letters yet?
Plenty of opportunity to pursue anything I wanted. Good brain, that's what the teachers would say.
I remember you. Your generosity helped me afford this rather exotic... How wonderful!
talking far too much. Nobody's looking at you.
Look at that boy.
Why did you buy me a second pair? I hate these
Novelty
socks.
socks at that price can't be passed up. Be thankful you have socks.
I'd rather have no socks than be dancing like this.
You're not dancing, you're exercising.
Father, why is he dancing?
See? And you'd said the charm'd come out in the wash, but it
I've known
hasn't.
Someone so dramatic, just like your father. Anyone would think you had an affliction.
Has he been cursed?
Oh, please, can't we take these socks back to Mr. Hill and get me some
When
normal
you pay
ones?
for your own socks, then you get to choose. Until then, you'll learn to be thrifty and behave. You're starting to cause a scene.
Papa, can we really wash charms out of things?
Don't be absurd. That woman will say anything to avoid spending her knut.
Flippendo might seem like harmless fun, but not when you've just had your hair done by
Come on in and have a look around. No touching if you have sticky fingers.
Okay. Nope, nope, nope. The outfit I want is not here.
I suspect you have a sharp eye for fashion. Be sure to stop by whenever you're about.
I don't know how long until his stock resets. Something tells me that kid won't be wearing those socks very often.
I suspect you have a sharp eye for fashion. Be sure to stop by.
Glad Clementine's finally lost her obsession with those infernal butterflies.
I suspect you have a sharp eye for fashion. Be sure to stop by whenever you're about.
I wish this game had a clock.
I suspect you have a sharp eye for fashion. Be sure to stop by whenever you're about.
Show's not so bad. I don't mind the odd one without magic.
Bless me.
Welcome, everyone. I see you've already met some of the many beasts we study in this class. Though be advised, none of these creatures should be taken lightly. They are all in their own way dangerous, especially if one does not know how to handle them properly. Now, it seems many of you are out of practice. Let's take some time to review the basics of how to care for a beast, shall we? Miss Sweeting, would you please assist our new student with the lesson today?
Yes, Professor Howen. Hello, I'm Poppy Sweeting. Don't worry about Professor Howen's speech. She over-exaggerates sometimes. All the beasts in class are perfectly safe. Oh!
Miss Sweeting, pay attention, please. The tongue of a puffskein can be a slippery devil.
Yes, Professor. Here, you can practice on Gerald. Just keep an eye out for his tongue. You can use my brush. Just be gentle. Oh, and think pleasant thoughts. I like to think it enriches his experience. That's lovely. I'm sure he feels much better. I think he might be hungry. Would you mind giving him some beast feed? What do you suppose the pellets taste like to Gerald? Pudding, I like to think. I think we can safely say that Gerald likes you.
That's good news. He seems very nice.
He is. Kindness is one of his best qualities, right after ambition. And cleanliness.
Good work, everyone. Now, let's make our way to the pens and select another beast. And please, do be careful as you feed and groom them. Miss Sweeting, why don't you show our new student to the Neasels in the farthest pen?
This way. The Neasels are over here.
Oh, couple of Neasel whiskers ought to get me a few canuts at least. Enough to buy something from Honeydukes. Stupid thing.
What in Merlin's name are you doing?
Tuss, peculiar Poppy. Worried about a worthless little rodent.
Her name is Persephone!
Her name is Persephone!
That's really not funny.
Let's go.
Those two don't belong anywhere near this class. Poachers in training. Persephone was onto them instantly. Thank you for your help. Let's carry on. Feed and brush the Neasels just as you did with Gerald.
A happy beast is a giving beast. That's what Professor Howen always says, at least. If we treat them well, they'll treat us well.
Where are the lions? I would like to see a huge Gryffindor lion in this class for once.
I'm sure our beasts are safe here, but I do worry about them, especially after the troll attack.
Poppy helping you out? She's brilliant with beasts. Pity she's not as good with people.
Puffskins are fond of bogies. It's brilliant to catch someone by surprise with one.
I'd love to have pet beasts at home, but with my uncle travelling all the time, there'd be no one to look after them.
The Neasels really took to you. They know a good egg when they see one. As do I.
It appears our time has come to an end. Please close the pens and see yourselves out. Now, where is our new student? Ah, there you are. I would like a moment, please.
Hello, Professor. You wanted to speak with me?
I did. How did you find your first beasts lesson?
It was wonderful. I believe I'm really going to enjoy this class.
Good. You seem to understand that when beasts are properly controlled, they can play a vital role in our lives. Some provide us with magically imbued materials, if cared for correctly, which does not include torturing them for whiskers. Well done, by the way. Probably best to let me handle it next time.
Yes, Professor.
They're nearly as bad as the Savagers in Rookwood's poacher pack. Sadly, we're the ones who suffer, stumbling over dead beasts. Terrible waste of resources.
Surely the poachers can be brought to justice by someone. The Ministry, perhaps.
An optimistic idea. Now, why don't we focus on more immediate matters that we can control? Professor Weasley has asked that I prepare some assignments designed to help you catch up to the other 5th years. Be on the lookout for my owl. Meanwhile, I also encourage you to study as many beasts as you can on your own time.
Hey, over here. Come on.
Did you need something, Poppy?
Thank you again for saying something to those brutes so that I didn't have to. You were an augury at noon in the desert.
I certainly hope that's a good thing.
It's something my gran and I say. It means that something or someone is a welcome surprise. At least, that's what we decided it meant.
I couldn't stand there and watch them harm the poor thing.
We're of a similar mind. Actually, in light of that, there's someone I'd like you to meet. In the forest.
You've intrigued me. Very well, lead the way.
I'd hoped I would. I wouldn't take just anyone there. In fact, you're the first.
Really? Well, thank you, I think.
As I said, we think alike. Pleasant surprise. The weather we're having, don't you think?
Poppy, where are you taking me?
It really is much better if I just show you. Don't worry, we're nearly there. It's just ahead. Stand back. Please meet Highwing. Isn't she just magnificent? Go on, introduce yourself to her. But be careful. You must always show hippogriffs the proper courtesy before you approach them. I knew it! I don't think I've ever seen a hippogriff take to someone this quickly. You can feed and brush her if you'd like. I come and check on her every once in a while. Bring her pasties, tell her what's going on in the castle. You wouldn't know from looking at her, but she's a dreadful busybody. So, what did you think of Highwing?
I thought she was brilliant. Can't believe you introduced me to her.
I suspected you two might get along.
Are you the reason students have been seeing hippogriffs flying above the Forbidden Forest?
Perhaps. Did you know that once you earn a hippogriff's trust, they'll always be there for you? I've seen it firsthand with her.
How exactly did you and Highwing cross paths?
It's a longer story, but I rescued her from poachers a few years back. Got her to safety and, well, she was fine until recently. You may have noticed that poachers are something of a problem in the area, so I worry they could get her again. And I might not be there next time.
Professor Howard mentioned the poachers as well. She seemed to imply that we couldn't rely on the Ministry to help.
I don't often agree with Professor Howin, but on that, I fear she's right. The poachers' influence is growing. I see them every day in the village, lingering, talking to people. They're up to something. I'm just not sure what.
You may be reading into it. Talking to people isn't a crime.
It's hard to explain, but something about it just feels wrong. I think I'm going to look into it. Find out what's going on, what they're doing.
I think that's a fine idea. Information is power.
And the more I know, the better I can keep Highwing safe.
You seem undeterred. Will you let me know what you find out?
Oh, very well. I will. I should be going, but we'll speak again soon, I hope.
Okay, let's work on completing our assignments for a bit.
Revelio.
Bless me. Ugh.
Revelio. Revelio. Brilliant.
Okay. What other assignments do we have to do? Okay. That was kind of rude. Mandrake and venomous tentacular. Okay.
First thing I cast is Protego. Not saying I don't. Come on inside. Oh, watch yourself, though. Let's have you leave here alive. Revelia. Such a wee bairn gieing a thrashing to a troll. Oh, I can't believe it.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Whew. Sorry I'm in a bit of a tizzy. I was just scolding some of the plants for spitting and nipping. I suppose it's my own fault for putting more than 4 to a tray. By the way, Beatrice Green is the name, but you may address me as Madam Green. Welcome to Dogweed and Deathcap. Oh, mind you don't knock the mandrakes. Oh, if there wasn't the constant demand for antidotes, I wouldn't need to stock so many of the little dears. Except, of course, for curses. And, well, if you've been petrified, then obviously you've come to the right place. Mind you don't knock the mandrakes. Oh, if there's an uprooting, you'll be the next one to drop dead, and I'm in no mood for a clear-up.
Someone died here.
Aye. Fortunate, really, that it was just the one. Now then, how may I help you today?
I think I'll just have a look around for now.
Very well. Let me know if you see anything you like.
What do you have for sale?
There's a quest in Hogsmeade called Minding Your Own Business.
Oh, I'm always thrilled when a young one makes a wise purchase. I can tell you.
But there's no assignment called that because assignments don't have names.
Will be safe with me till they're sold. Then you'll have doors always open. You be sure to stop by soon.
So there's no assignment called that, but there is a side quest called Minding Your Own Business, which is more of actually owning a property, not being nosy. And that triggers in winter.
Advice when dealing with untoward matters.
Okay, Professor Sharp, Professor Onai. Troll bogies? Really? Ugh.
Thank you again for delivering those potions to Madame Lowing. Saved me a lot of time and trouble. A wise decision. Thank you. I hope to see you again. Farewell for now.
Okay, now I need some enemies. To cast a pulsar on a levitated one.
You'll not cast successfully.
I met a girl once. Looks like an inferior.
Oh, I'm working.
Revelio.
Don't exactly want dog bugs though.
Revelio.
Spiders, that'll work.
Leviosa. Yes. Not my fault you're a deadly great spider.
Okay. Still missing an outfit that I wanted to get, but no major rush on it just yet.
How did you get on with those tasks?
Madam Kogawa, I completed the list of tasks you assigned.
Wonderful. I trust you became more familiar with your broom through the process?
Yes, Professor.
That's good to hear. Keep it up, and perhaps one day you'll have a spot on the Quidditch team. If Black ever permits Quidditch again. Well, with those tasks out of the way, let us get started. Glacius. Pay attention to your wand work. Well done. I'd recommend that you practice your new spell here in my office before taking it out into the world.
Now why can't we conjure a training dummy in the room of requirement?
There you go. Get in them quickly.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Multiple enemies, okay. That should suffice for location.
Revelio.
There should be a spider lair around here somewhere.
Wonderful to see you again.
I've completed my assignments, Professor.
Pleased to hear it. Professor Weasley will be too. I'll be sure to let her know how well you're coming along.
Thank you, Professor.
Professor Hecat tells me she taught you Levioso, so you should be ready for a more advanced levitation charm. Wingardium Leviosa requires a bit of concentration and a nice, graceful wand movement. Let's see you try your hand at it. When executed correctly, you should be able to pick up boulders as though they were sprigs of sneezewort.
And Wingardium Leviosa is not a spell I had to pay attention to.
You're a natural.
Casting Accio automatically casts Wingardium Leviosa on you. And then you can move it. Okay, did not know that was there. Okay, so we've got Professor Onai and Professor Sharp to do.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
Ironically, I didn't see ahead of time how bored I'd be in divination class.
Revelio.
So knowledgeable.
Revelio.
I hope those assignments were challenging enough for you.
I've completed all of my tasks, Professor Onai.
Very well done. Although I must admit, I did have something of a premonition that you would follow through. Now, as you have no doubt sharpened your perception by completing my assignment, I am curious, based upon the knowledge that one's present and even one's past may reveal traces of what is to come. What do you see in your own future?
I can't get rid of this feeling of a coming danger.
I see. Know that such omens are not damning if they can at least prepare us. And you are preparing yourself, even now. But this talk of tomorrow should not divert us from your present success. I shall inform our good deputy headmistress of your exemplary performance. And if that performance is any omen of what your future may hold, then I, for one, see great things. Channel your magic towards your targets. You have it! Now, why not practice the new spell on the training dummy?
Revelio.
Excellent. I think you have it.
Revelio.
Now it's just potions. And then our assignments for at least a while are done.
Have you finished your assignments?
I finished the tasks, Professor.
Well, well. I trust you are meticulous in your efforts. After all, shortcuts only ever lead to shortcomings.
Yes, sir, of course.
Good. Ordinarily, I'd say it's not my concern either way, but you... I want to make sure you're well prepared. Talent and resolve are a potent combination. It would be a shame to let that go to waste.
Thank you, Professor.
Don't let it go to your head. Now, let's see how you fare with Diffindo. Wand at the ready. Focus. Diffindo can be dangerous if you're not paying attention. Very good. It seems you have a grasp on Diffindo. I would encourage you once again to practice here in the classroom, for your sake and that of everyone else. It's a pleasure to have a student who actually heeds instruction. As I mentioned earlier, Diffindo can be versatile but dangerous. Good to see you continuing to practice.
Okay, that's that for assignments for now.
What are you up to now?
Now, these are the arithmancy doors. I only ever do one on screen and then I do the rest off screen because they are basically maths. And I hate maths. Okay, 17, I have no idea. I am hopeless for maths and I don't like algebra. If my laptop would respond, I can use my guide. Righty, come on. While we wait for my laptop. Come on. Bless me. Bless me again. Hurry up, laptop. Where's the one by the library? Yeah, maybe it's at Central Hall. Yeah. Come on, take me to it. Okay. That tells me what I need to know. 2, 4, 6, 8.
I wonder if you learn different things about astronomy.
And this one. Used to be there. Okay.
It's a relief to finally have an answer as to why.
Hey, I'm using the IGN guide, so I don't have to worry about maths, because I hate maths. But each one has a conjuration or wand handle in them. So that could be quite useful to do. Unfortunately, some of them are in locations that are kind of locked by quests.
My older sisters taught me everything I needed to know about Hogwarts.
I hear that key. Where is it?
My entire family.
Why do we have to slap the key? Why can't we just grab it and put it in the lock? But no, we have to hit the damn thing. Which I don't feel is nice at all. Especially when you get your timing wrong. Which I often do.
How would you like to learn the knockback jigs flipendo? Once you've completed the necessary tasks, come and find me in the greenhouse.
Okay. I'm going to leave it here for today. And next time, we'll go and see what Mr. Moon wants. So until then, take care of yourselves and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!